can't diagnose, but we may judge, a confessional series. Let's start with patient ratio and why safety matters. Nurses' nightmare shift, why safe staffing matters, a chaotic shift. It's 7 p.m. in the hospital and the shift from hell is just beginning. I get report and learn I'm assigned 7 patients for the night, almost double the safe limit proposed in Michigan. Staffing bill, which calls for a 1-to-4 patient ratio on my unit. We have one CNA on the floor to assist dozens of patients with basic care. My stomach sinks as call lights start flashing before I even finish my first round. In my first 2 hours of chaos, reigns IV pumps, pinging, phones ringing, call lights blinking like a twisted Christmas tree. An elderly patient who should have a one-on-one observation is trying to climb out of bed because no one is available to help her to the bathroom. Down the hall, another patient, blood pressure plummets and alarms rail. I can't be in 2 places at once, but tonight I'm expected to be in 7. The CNA, let's call her Emily, is running on fumes too, juggling more than a dozen patients who all seem to need help at the same time. Tired, we exchange a look of shared panic and frustration, knowing we're drowning in workloads that would be laughable if they weren't so dangerous. This is just a tough night. It's a dangerous new normal. The breaking point. By midnight, I realized I haven't had a sip of water, a bite of food, a bathroom break, not once. There's simply no one to cover me if I step away. My feet ache and my nerves are frail. I find Miss K, the patient who keeps trying to get up halfway on the floor, tangled in sheets. She slides off the bed, attempting to reach her commode on her own. My heart lunches with guilt and anger. This is what unsafe staffing looks like. Patients falling and getting hurt because one nurse and one senior can't safely watch everyone. I'm furious at the hospital for putting us in this position. We're trained to save lives. Yet, nights like this were set up to fail our patients. In that moment, as I left Miss K back to safety, I feel tears of frustration burn in my eyes. How many more close calls? How many times have we gotten lucky nothing worse happened? I've heard the horror stories from other units, like the one about the patient who died alone after waiting too long for help because the nurse had 8 other patients. It's not an exaggeration. 42% of Michigan's RNs say they know a patient death caused by overloaded nursing assignments. Unsafe ratios truly compromise patient safety, and tonight I'm watching it unfold in real time. We're not providing care, we're putting our fires in prayers, and they don't explode. At 5 a.m. it hits. I'm running on pure adrenaline and moral outrage. One of my patients is finally sleeping safely after I spent 20 frantic minutes hunting down a missing pain med order. And I pause in a dimly hallway. This isn't healthcare, it's a war zone. My CNA Emily looks defeated, partially in tears because she can't answer every call light and feels she's failing the people she's trying to care for. I tell her it's not her fault, it's the impossible ratios. We both know burnout is around the corner. In fact, nearly 40% of nurses are so drained that they plan to leave their jobs within the next year. I can't blame them. Working under those conditions night after night is like slowly suffocating your passion for nursing. Good nurses and aides are walking around because they are tired of being asked to do the impossible. The research backs it up. Over 90% of nurses say caring for too many patients at once is undermining the quality of care. No wonder so many of my colleagues have already left for travel gigs or less stressful careers, joining the 50,000 licensed nurses in Michigan who aren't working at the bedside right now, and poor staffing is the number one reason they leave. The realization hits me like a punch in the gut. If nothing changes, more patients will be harmed, and more of us will burn out. The hospital won't protect us or our patients by choice. They made that clear by stretching us thinner every year. We have to protect ourselves and our patients by speaking up. Speak up. Advocate for change. Hey Nurse Besties, thanks for listening. Make sure you like, comment, and share. Save for further references if you need. And as always, you can comment below and share any experiences, or if you have anything that you want to talk about that you want me to talk about for you, just let me know. Have a great one.